Hello everyone, this is the Sports Spiral, and today I'm going to go over the 6 major coaching changes that have happened in college football over the past month or so. I'm going to go from oldest to newest. I'm going to rank every single one of these, like school grades, so A plus, that kind of stuff. And I'll give you my thoughts on each one of these for the programs that are losing their coach and the ones that are getting the new coach. So first up, we have Billy Napier going from head coach at Louisiana to Florida. This is a pretty good one. Florida really liked Napier. They think he can bring some good things to their team, which struggled under Dan Mullen this season. So yeah, I think this is overall a pretty good one. I'm going to give it a B plus because there's some risk involved, and that is because it's coming from a non-Power 5 team in Louisiana, so he might not know the SEC that well, but yet again he does because he's an assistant at Alabama under Nick Saban, another one of Nick Saban's assistants in the SEC. We'll see if he can beat Saban. So overall, I do think this is a pretty good hire. I just don't know if it's going to be completely successful. Good hire for Florida. Changed the culture a little bit. And then over for Louisiana, it's a bummer they're losing a very good coach there for a smaller school. So not good for Louisiana, but this is a good hire for Florida. And then this was the most shocking one. We've had a lot of shocking ones, but this was the most shocking. Lincoln Riley going from Oklahoma to USC. Oklahoma, he was really good there. Never could get in the finals of the national championship, but he got into the top 4 several times. I think more than one. While he was at Oklahoma, made some Heisman quarterbacks there. So he was really good there, and he's going to USC, which is a big team. So for Oklahoma, this is a loss, although they got a new coach, as I'll talk about later in the video. But it kind of makes sense with the changing of Oklahoma from the Big 12 to the SEC. So this one kind of makes sense there. For USC, this is going to be really good. This will make them the top team in the SEC, the Pac-12 for sure, I think. Depending on who Oregon's coach will be. But this is a great hire. So USC, they're going to be looking good. They'll be a playoff team in the next few years. I think maybe not this year. They might be a top 10 this next year, but I don't think they will be. It'll take it maybe 1 or 2 seasons to climb up into the playoffs, but I think they will make it there and be a Pac-12 playoff team. For Oklahoma, this is not that bad because they kind of have to change it a little to go to the SEC. The SEC is a lot different than the Big 12, just instead of playing that kind of stuff. So I give this one an A+. This is a really good hire for USC. And then another pretty shocking one. This is Brian Kelly going from Notre Dame to LSU. So I like this one. LSU, though, they actually did a pretty good job in the last few games. Like they were able to beat Texas A&M and that kind of stuff. They hung around with Alabama, but I think that's mostly just motivation. But that makes the job a little easier for Brian Kelly because he doesn't have to change too many things. Maybe the culture is already there with like motivation to upset some teams and that kind of stuff. But Notre Dame, this is very weird with the timing. He left them before, well, they still had a chance to make the playoff. Obviously, they are not in the playoff this year, but he just left while they could still have been in the playoff. The weird thing about this one, it's kind of the culture of Brian Kelly. It's a northern guy, and he's going to LSU in the swamp, the bayou, all that kind of stuff. And he had a fake accent and all this stuff. So we'll see if fans can tolerate him or they just don't like that he's not Southern. We'll see, because they had Coach Joe last time. He was definitely Southern. So yeah, we'll see how this works out for LSU. I think they'll be able to get it done and be a good team back into the top 25 for sure. Good hire. The only problem I have with it is the whole Southern thing, so I'm going to give this one an A. And then we have replacing Brian Kelly at Notre Dame is his defensive coordinator, Marcus Freeman. And so far this hire, it's gone pretty well. The culture, it's going good at Notre Dame. Some people from the outside are liking Notre Dame a little better. So this so far looks pretty good. We'll see if he can keep it up and how the team will play. But I like this one. He was already there. Not too much to talk about here, so I'm going to give this one an A. And then this is the Oklahoma hire. Brent Venables from Clemson, D.C. to Oklahoma head coach. I like this one. I don't know what some other people's opinions are about it. Clemson, they also lost their athletic director, and I believe they also lost their offensive coordinator. I forgot where he went. But yeah, so this is a loss for Clemson. We'll see what Dabo can do. Maybe he'll make some good hires. But for Oklahoma, I think this is a good one. You're going to the SEC. You need to have a good defense. Yeah, you want to have a good offense, but Georgia had shown this season that you can get it done by having a mediocre offense and a great defense. So could Oklahoma really shape into a good defensive team and make a name for themselves in the SEC? Maybe, but I think it'll still take a few years for this team to adjust into the new conference. Although I think Venables is the right way to go. I don't know if Venables has any notable experience as a head coach, so I don't know if that would be something to watch. But yeah, I'm going to move on to the next one. I gave that one an A. This is the last one. This is Mario Cristobal to Miami. So this is a good one for Miami. Another cultural change. Lots of these are just culture and that kind of stuff. With all the fans and players and that kind of stuff. So I do like this one. Obviously, Manny Diaz was fired from Miami, although they were contemplating the move before he was fired, which was interesting. That's probably not the best thing to do. I gave this one an A. This is a pretty good one. Although Cristobal, he was struggling in some games at Oregon. Got blown out by Oregon twice. Not Oregon, Utah twice. So yeah, he wasn't doing the best. I don't know if he'll do a lot better here. I don't know if this will be a playoff team. Maybe not. They did get the athletic director from Clemson, and Clemson won their national championships with him. So that could lead this team into a new direction. All of these are great hires. I gave 4 of them A's. 1 of them a B+, and 1 of them an A+. So these are all great hires. I like them all. And these teams should be interesting. I think they definitely are going to crack into the top 25 next season. Maybe a few will get into the top 10, and a few in the playoff. Maybe make a run for the playoffs. Some big hires. So yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And this is the Sports Spiral.